Today at the Rockpit, we're joined by Jonah from H.E.A.T, who are about to make their way to Australia in early April for an East Coast run of three shows: Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney. And joining us from the rehearsal studio, Jonah has kindly taken time out of working on something special, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But welcome to the Rockpit, to episode 6 of 50 Shades of Slaids, and to Australia once again. How are you, Jonah?
All good here. As I said before we start, we're here in the rehearsal, rehearsing some new songs. Going to Hamburg next week to do some recordings. So exciting times.
Fantastic. And I mean, this is the band's third trip down under. How have you
Uh-huh.
found the crowds have been and the fan base has grown in Australia in that three trip span?
It's been great. I mean, it's been lovely. I mean, we love Australia so much. That's why we keep coming back, you know. And crowd is great. I think there's a good rock crowd in Australia, uh, and we're definitely there to make sure there are more.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is the first headline tour too since the first one. You came out. The first tour was 2022, and obviously you were out last as a part of the Glamfest run of shows where you were joined by
Yep.
Take Slaughter, Lynch Mob, Jet Boy, to name a few. How
Yeah.
was that visit? There seemed to be an energy in the room, certainly in the Melbourne show, for that appearance
Oh,
that was
oh, the
off the
Glam Fest.
charts. Yeah, Glamfest.
Yeah, I remember like all shows were really good. I mean, the perfect crowd, good setup, good like lineup of bands, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Great crowd, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
awesome show. Yeah.
absolutely. But aside from Glamfest, you did a sneaky sideshow at the Kindred Band Room the following night, which was a last
Oh
minute
yeah.
announcement. And that show, now that was a next level show. That was just, pure energy. There was something in the room that night that was just insane. When it comes to playing
Yeah.
those intimate shows, do you
Mm.
get something better or bigger or more personal than you do in a theater or an arena?
And the thing is, with those small shows, they can get so, as you said, like very energetic, and you like, it's it's like it's a small room. You're close to the crowd, and you just basically, well, you have a few beers, you know, you go out and you do a tiny club show. It's nice, you know. We love that vibe. Usually, a lot of those smaller shows can be the most fun ones. I remember we
Absolutely.
played a small venue on the last European tour. Like it was like a warm up show. Was it's tiny, but it was a great show. It was a lot of fun. You know, even though we couldn't fit our production or anything in it, it was a lot of fun. So yeah,
Absolutely. And, there's there is something to be said about an audience that's completely engaged in what you're doing, and I think that Glamfest appearance and the Kindred Band Room show really showed an evolution in the band, and obviously it felt as though you guys had really found your stride live, that you were completely comfortable whatever was thrown at you, whether it be that small sweaty room or the larger room with bigger production. I just remember at Glamfest how everybody just completely turned to your stage, and as far back as you could go, it was
hmm
just people having the time of their life.
yeah. I mean, we're used to playing to 200 people up to fucking 20,000. You know, it's both are like equally fun in different ways. You know, as I
Yeah,
said, in a small room, you get more close contact. You can see people's eyes. You know,
yeah,
in a big crowd. I mean, obviously, it's nice when you have a huge crowd shouting. You know, as like when we play in Spain or Sweden or wherever. You know, and well, it's both are equally fun. And well, thank you for seeing that we can handle both.
yeah, yeah. You do very, very well. So, from a touring perspective, you've just finished the first leg of the 2026 shows with a run through Spain and Portugal.
Yeah,
How were those shows? And were they a varied run of venues and
yeah. I mean, really good. Spain is so good to us, and we also went to Portugal, and I mean the shows were amazing. We had a good run. We had a great support band in Hit, and yeah, we had a time of our lives. You know, it was really nice. So then was just back to Sweden, start working on songs. You know.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the work ethic of the band, I mean, it's what, 8 albums in almost 20 years. You're obviously very, very prolific, and you're obviously one of the main contributors to the songs when you look at credits and liner notes. And, you know, your writing vision and your approach towards it, how rigid is your style versus to what other flavors the rest of the band bring in?
I'm a lot for quantity, rather than well, in the end I hope it's quality, but I go to the I work a lot, I go to the studio, if I don't have anything else to do, any other production, I go to the studio and I listen through voice memos and I try to make a demo, just if it's just a riff, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, whatever, just to get something done. And other people, they have their style. They want to do, like, when they make a demo, they basically want to make a full production and they want to have the song perfect. I'm like, I make the song good enough, and then I take it to the voice, and they can have their input and everything, and then I kind of, the song develops over time. So it's a bit different approaches. And for this session we have now, it's been even more different because we've gotten together more and we played in the rehearsal, and we rented a venue basically, and we rigged up our live show, and we were standing like it was a sound check, and we were just playing together and jamming out, and it's been really fun. I think it puts everyone in the zone together.
Yeah, and that would bring a different kind of energy too to the way that you write and put things together. And how important is the way that a song translates from the album to live? Obviously, live, I've noticed that the songs seem to have a little bit more of a kick in the ass to them. And that's just through, I guess, live energy.
That's the thing, like when we've been writing together now, I think it's easier to see and feel how it would translate it to live because we're playing it, instantly. We're just learning it. It's like, oh, well, this would be cool live, guys. Whereas if you sit in the studio and do it yourself, maybe you think more of a, pro songwriter, oh, this should be the hooks everywhere and blah, blah, blah. It's, I think it might be a bit different approach.
So when it comes to taking that back to a studio environment, or is the intention to record, I guess, this new material with more of a live feel?
That's the thing. Yeah, we're going down, and we have 2 days to do 3 songs.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So hopefully it will work, and we're well rehearsed. I think we are going to be somewhat rehearsed, but it's going to be nice. I mean, for the past 3 albums, I think we've done it more session based, in the sense that we've done like drums first, and we have done then later on maybe Jimmy does the bass at home even, but now it's going, men kan inte ni gå ut och du ska snacka. Now it's going to be back to what we did on A Destination, Turn on the Walls, and Into the Great Unknown, where we sit in the room and we play together, and we can be more hands-on, and we will have a producer in the booth that can come with instant feedback, and it's going to be nice. I'm really looking forward to it, doing the good old way.
Yeah. So with the talk of knocking over 3 songs in 2 days, will we get to hear one of these songs in Australia? Will it get a debut here?
No. This is for where it's early stages.
Right.
But this is for the next album, actually. I mean, when we come to Australia, we're still on Welcome to the Future.
Yes.
That's going to be the main focus. It was released not even a year ago.
No,
so we're still on that, and the whole summer next of the year is going to be Welcome to the Future. But we're still starting out. We have plenty of songs for the next album, and it's probably going to be out somewhere early next year. We don't really have a fixed date, but you got to start early, We're already looking into dates so far back as 2028, So.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Well, funny you talk about sort of next year. I mean, next year's the 20th anniversary of the band. Is there anything up your sleeves for that, or are you planning anything special to celebrate that?
I mean, we're trying to stuff up our sleeves. We're trying to find what to do, and we haven't really landed in. And we're sort of, next year we're going to have a new album out, so it's going to be like, do we do a 20th anniversary? Or focus on a new album? We want to focus on a new album, obviously.
Yeah.
So it might be, even though the band has a 20th anniversary in 27, the first album has it in 28. So maybe that will be more of an anniversary year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, talking about Welcome to the Future, I mean, what an incredible slice of melodic rock and roll. I mean, we haven't had a chance to hear anything from it. The Glamfest and the last run in Australia was a little too early. I guess a bit like where we are with these new songs. How much of Welcome to the Future are we going to get on these shows?
What is it? I think it's 3 or 4 songs, I think. We've thrown in Set Me On Fire, the new single we released just a month ago or something. So that's in the set list now. And then we have, I think, 3 more from the new album. It's 4 in total.
Fantastic. Does it get hard at this stage in your career? I mean, 8 albums, looking at adding a 9th to the catalogue to pick a set list now.
Oh, yeah. It's very hard. And obviously you want to play new songs, but then you still want to play the songs, that's most popular and have a good mix between, and also what we enjoy to play, like we want to play that song live. So yeah, definitely harder. I mean, some albums haven't even been represented in the set list.
Mm-hmm.
We threw in Redefined here from Into the Great Unknown on the Spanish tour, and that was the only one from that album. And
right.
Maybe I think it's just only one from the first album at this point. It's 1,000 Miles.
Yeah. Oh, how could you not do a show without that one?
Exactly. We really have to have that in all shows, right, Dave?
We can't actually do it without. We've done it for several years. We did it. It worked perfectly.
It's nice, favorite.
Dear. So anyway, the tour dates for Australia are Brisbane Crowbar Bar on April 9, Melbourne is Stay Gold April 11, Sydney is Crowbar April 12. It's a short, swift run, but you're also returning to Brisbane, which unfortunately missed out on you guys at Glamfest back in 2024.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we played when we did the headline, the first one. Wasn't it 23, that one?
22? 22.
Well, it wasn't 22. Memories. Yeah. But 22 then. Yeah, Brisbane was a really fun show. So looking for, I love the city as well. A bit warmer for us Swedes. It's nice. Good show. It was a good venue as well, as I remember it. So yeah, looking forward to going back.
Absolutely. And the rest of 2026, I think you touched on it briefly. Looks as though it's going to be pretty busy for you. When you come back from Australia, you pretty much head straight into the European Summer Festival runs. Have you got lots of festival shows lined up for the rest of the summer?
Yeah, we have a few. We start in May. Have basically more or less every weekend during the summer is going to be filled. We have a few weeks or weekends off, just to be able to breathe. But and possibly we'll also fit in some recordings during the summer. I don't know how, but I guess we have to. So yeah, we're gonna stay busy.
Very, very good. All right, Jonah, I'd like to thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you.
Actually, sure. Crash had a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, man.
Hey,
so
how
I'm
you
going to
doing?
record a shout-out video for the Australian tour.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm thinking I could say some typical Australian things. And someone sent me this, and I have no idea how to pronounce it or what it means. So I thought you could help me.
Absolutely. I'll give it a go.
Stoned the Crows Flaming Gala.
Stone the Crows Flaming Galah. So Stone the Crows means stating the obvious, or Stone the Crows. That's obvious.
All right.
Flaming Galah isn't one that's probably used a hell of a lot, but it's more like in context, it's like you're an idiot. You're a flaming Galah.
So, all right, okay. Is it an old saying, or
the saying's pretty much from the 60s and 70s? Absolutely.
Okay. So if I say that in Australia, I'm going to sound like an old man.
Pretty much. I think somebody might be setting you up.
I have another question. What's something that Australians never say that foreigners think they say? I have a good one.
Put a shrimp on the barbie is probably it. It's probably the one thing that we probably don't say, but we're most famous for.
But we're most famous for. That's amazing. And maybe crikey.
And crikey, yeah. Yep, that'd be it. Or, you know, that's not a knife from Crocodile Dundee if you want to go down that path.
Oh, yeah, that's not a knife.
That's not a knife. All right, thank you so much.
All right, just before we go, seeing as I've got both of you here, would you both mind just giving us a shout out to the Rockpit and say see you soon?
Sure. Like anytime?
Anytime. Go for it, guys.
Hey, guys, we're H.E.A.T, and big shout out to the Rockpit. Thanks for having us, and looking forward to Australia.
See you guys down under.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, guys. We'll edit that and get that up shortly. Again, thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. And, yeah, we'll see you in April. I'll see you in Melbourne.
Great stuff. Have fun, man.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Stay safe. Thank you.